What's up, board game people? I told you this was a busy week. This time we're back with a reprint and expansion for a very well-received crowdfunding project. Dungeon Universalis has earned itself an 8.9 on Board Game Geek, which is no easy feat, and by most accounts, it deserves it. If you're looking for a heavy RPG dungeon crawl that pulls out all the stops, then stick around because this one might be for you. I get no money from creators for making my videos. I make them to help others with tastes like me find amazing games in our little corner of the hobby. If I get something wrong or we disagree about anything, let's talk in the comments. Ever wanted to play a goblin with a rat as a pet? Ever think, wonder what it would be like to be a mighty ogre seasoned by thousands of battles? Ever want a dungeon crawler that would let you make your own character? Use your own minis? Explore in the way you want to? Dungeon Universalis will allow you to do all this and more. Dungeon Universalis, known as Dun, is a classic dungeon crawler for 1 to 6 players. Dun is a game system that you can take and adapt to any setting you'd like. Dun is infinitely expandable. Only your imagination is the limit. Dun doesn't just attempt to do it all, it accomplishes all of its goals spectacularly. Included in the game are more than enough game modes to make almost everyone happy. Solo, cooperative, 1 vs mini, RPG mode with a GM, open map mode where grids are gone from the maps. They've provided you a framework that's adaptable as needed. Don't like creating your own content? Neither do I. They have us covered here as well. In fact, clear your calendar for the next few years and hope they don't release any more content. Between the 3 campaign and quest books, a few smaller campaigns, and a few single-release campaigns such as the new Tribute to the Classics 1, there are hundreds of hours of content already ready to be played. They offer standees for all the monsters in each of the bestiaries. You can of course use your own minis if you like. They also offer cards for those monsters that I've heard are extremely useful to have. They do have a small collection of miniatures as well. You're able to get resin minis in the set, with cards for each of the miniatures and a special quest book with personalized quests for each of the heroes. This reprint, the 1.3 version of the game, changes things up a bit with how there is shipping and distributing the game components. It all comes with a huge expansion in tow as well, Dungeon Universalis New Challenges. New Challenges comes packed with new content. It introduces the northwest corner of the Raska map, unlocking new lands to adventure in and explore. It includes Campaign and Quest Book 3, with a new campaign, The Scourge of Zeus, and many independent quests. A smaller campaign is also included called The Distant Enemies. A new rules expansion including Too Many Scars, Feat Points, Bulletin Boards, Locate Settlements, Weather, aleatory quests, and random missions, Resource and Crafting, new actions and skirmishes. It's topped off with hundreds of new cards to help bring the adventure to life. The original core box has now been split up. This was to help lessen the shipping costs across the board. They're simply unable to afford to ship large boxes laden with heavy cardboard in these trying times, so instead they've reduced the size of the boxes and distributed non-play essential components to new bundles. The core box itself contains only what is necessary to play, no fluff. The new core box now contains the basic rulebook, the illustrated rulebook, Campaign and Quest Book 1, Bestiary 1 and its cards, core game cards, a map board, tokens, dice, card organizers, and the checkbook. They removed 70 some odd cards that weren't needed, the plastic insert, the standees and tiles, hero sheets and envelopes, and the PVC coins. Okay, that's a lot to think on. So let's take a look at the pledge levels and see how this is all divided up. First, at €1, you get access to the Pledge Manager. At €65, you get the New Challenges expansion. For €85, you get the Dungeon Universalis core box with the new 1.3 rule set. At €95, you can grab the New Challenges, Tile 2, and Standees bundle. This comes with an €8 discount over buying the items individually. For €225, you can get the Lord of Dungeon Universalis, which will get you the Dungeon Universalis 1.3 core box, Tile Set 1, Standees Bestiary Box 1, Encounters expansion, which includes Bestiary 2, Bestiary Cards 1, and Campaign Book 2. And you get the Miniatures of Dun collection. This comes at a €15 discount. Finally, at €443, you get the Lord of Dungeoneers pledge, granting you the 1.3 core box, Tile Set 1, Standy's Bestiary Box 1, the Encounters expansion, Miniatures of Dun collection, the New Challenges expansion, Tile Set 2, Standy's Bestiary Box 2, Quest Book The Demon Under the Mountain, which is the tribute to the Classics 1, play mats, and custom dice. This comes with a whopping €43 discount. Just as a note to returning backers, the new content offered here is the New Challenges box, the Tile Set 2, Bestiary Cards 2, the Demon Under the Mountain book, and playmats. Add-ons are a pretty big deal here unless you're going all in, so let's take a quick look at them. Tile Set 1 will run you €29. Standy's Bestiary Box 1 runs €22. For €9, you can get a set of custom dice. At €55, you get the Encounter expansion box, which includes Campaign and Quest Book 2, Bestiary 2, and Bestiary Cards 1. For €49, you get the Miniature set with 12 resin minis and the special Quest Book. For €19, you get the miniature STLs and PDFs of the books and cards. At €19, you grab the Tile Set 2. For another €19, you can get the Standy's Bestiary Box 2. Neoprene playmats are available in a set of 5 for €19. €15 will get you the Tribute to the Classics 1, The Demon Under the Mountain. And finally, for €15, you can get the PDF files for Tile Set 1 and 2. The campaign has monetary and social stretch goals. The stretch goals have us navigating a dark dungeon, slowly fighting back the fog of war. So far, new mercenary cards, new tiles, new items, and a contest have been unlocked. We're getting very close to the 1,500 non-Spanish backers needed to unlock the English translation of the novel Rasbal that Araska and its mythology are based off of. Shipping is listed in a chart at the bottom of the page. Prices are high, but you need to understand that this is a heavy game, likely coming to you in several boxes. For the US at least, I think they did an excellent job of keeping the costs down. These are only estimates and they're subject to change in the Pledge Manager. So what are my thoughts on all of this? First, I'd like to throw it out there. This is a heavy dungeon crawler. I chuckled reading through some of the material, marking it as simple and quick to learn. You can play this game right out of the box, make mistakes with rules, and still have an excellent time, sure. Just understand that this is a dungeon crawler teetering on the line of becoming a full-fledged pen and paper RPG. This has been described as a hardcore dungeon crawler by several reviewers. If you're like me and you love the freedom to do dang near anything while you're adventuring, you'll love the freedom that the game system presents. If you don't like rules weighing you down, you'll need to either ignore them or steer clear. If this picture scares you, well, you've been warned. So next we come to the price. Honestly, with the adjustments made to the core box, the price isn't too bad. You get nickeled and dimed a bit to grab the Tile 1 set and the Standees set. But even with them added in, it's not horrible. You're best to stick to bundles if you can and grab a little discount. If the price of entry seems too steep because you're coming in a little late like me, then I think grabbing the core box and any of the add-ons that you'd want is perfectly acceptable. You don't have to grab everything to enjoy this dungeon crawler. Get what sounds good to you. One campaign book is going to keep most people occupied long enough. Standees are nice and almost a necessity for me, but for other people, maybe not. The tiles, again, are nice, but you can do without. If you're wondering about alternate ways to play Dun, check near the bottom of the page, under the Bestiaries entry. They have some wonderful examples of alternate ways to play. Now, if you want everything, that all-in price is pretty spot on, and you're getting everything except for the digital files. Returning backers, again, don't have to get everything, but if you want to pick up the new challenges, the Tile 2 box, and the Standees 2 bundle, you'll save €15 and you're in, out, and on your way. I'm going to have to say it. The campaign page is a hot mess. Formatting up top doesn't come close to matching formatting down bottom. The information you're looking for is there, but you have to dig through everything carefully to find it. Disregarding videos, little to no gameplay is discussed on the page. And if you're looking for videos, they're spread out in the bottom half of the project. A little more love here could make this a much easier to understand project and would help capture backers who casually stumble onto the page. The table presence here is great. This game can be simple to play. Throw out a grid map and draw in the dungeon. Or arrange tiles and off you go. But Done invites and almost begs you to go farther. And, for the lack of better terms, to pimp it out. Get out that terrain. Dig out those Dwarven Forge pieces and go nuts. The art is incredibly consistent for as much as there is. This points to good art direction. The illustrations are great, the map tiles are immersive, and the card art keeps up without missing a step. The game balances delicately on the edge of being a dungeon crawler and being an RPG. I think at times it finds itself a little more on the RPG side. The campaigns are well written and immersive. The length of the campaigns is outstanding. The overarching story carries the campaigns and keeps you coming back for more. Your sessions will likely be varied. Sometimes you may set out with the purpose of defeating a troll in a tower, but events and side quests will pull you in a completely different direction for the night. That's what I love about RPGs and why I've wanted this game since I laid eyes on it. I tried to purchase a copy from their web store, but the $200 in shipping alone was too rich for my blood. I'm absolutely going to take advantage of being able to get in on the Kickstarter now. For me, Done hits it out of the park. It's a can't miss for me and I'm all in. It borders on being a lifestyle game, but I'd rather live in a fantasy world anyways. I know for some it's going to be a bit too heavy or too long-winded. That's fine. Want something with just as much meat and not nearly as much of a time sink? I have something coming up soon just for you. I could go on and on about the things I like or my minor gripes about Done, but I'll let you decide for yourself from here. Again, thank you to everyone watching and commenting. It really makes my day to get to talk to all of you. If you haven't already, please subscribe and help our little channel grow and reach more gamers. Also, if you want to talk board games, hop on our Discord and say hi. You'll find a link in the video description. Don't do anything I wouldn't do, which isn't saying much, and play something fun tonight.